Are you happy you found out?
Yeah, because I knew what was wrong with me then, and started from then with the dyslexia centre. Started then finding out how I can make things better, how I can work around the dyslexia rather than the dyslexia doing me any harm or anything. But it's been beneficial in my work and in my life because I've just learned so much. And once I found out and started going, that was it. I just love it. I just love learning, and now I can read. It's even better. All them books that you just looked at and looked at the pictures, I can actually read it now. And that's like just brilliant.
Yes, very much. I've learned to cope with it.
Yes. Generally, yes. I'm happy I found out I'm dyslexic. But it's the trouble is, most people think once they found out they're dyslexic, it's going to be a magic cure-all and life's going to be different. And I have friends who obviously I've told to go to dyslexic support and get checked that they're dyslexic. And so I'm not just talking about myself because I've seen it in others. And the trouble is, it doesn't change. Just to know doesn't change anything. Like when I was in the first video, I think I said then that when they told me I was dyslexic, they said, you can do a degree with the right help. You are clever enough. And I thought, that's great. You know, what a thing to be told after all your life being told you're stupid, sit in the corner and don't eat the crayons. You know, I'm told I'm as clever as anybody else and I can do a degree. And I thought, well, I'm going to go and do one. I'm going to do this and I'm going to show them all. And then comes the big shock. You get the degree and life don't change. It don't change a thing. You're still treated as almost like a second-class citizen. You know, and you don't get the level play. You do at university, you get the level playing field and you get the help. And then once you leave university, you're just thrown back in the mix with everybody else. And of course, everybody else who's got a degree just like you, but doesn't have dyslexia, straight away has an advantage over you getting a job. And that goes for everything.
It wasn't at the time, it really upset me because I thought there was something wrong with me, but I've just realised that I just do things in a different way and it's not necessarily a bad way. And it doesn't bother me telling people. My short-term memory still bothers me because it's very, very poor, but as long as I make my notes and I can refer back to my notes, then I'm fine. And I've started carrying a laptop around to meetings so that I can record things on the laptop now. It's very slow and it's just in the first stages, but I'm hoping that my laptop's going to become my notebook and then I can use a proper filing system rather than writing around pages.
Absolutely thrilled. I wouldn't change anything about my dyslexia. We have this conversation regularly when I meet clients for assessments, and I always emphasise that if I could not be dyslexic, would I? And the answer was no, I'm happy being dyslexic. Because also, what I think with dyslexia, even though you've got deficits, you're always compensated in other ways. You've always got other skills. And I think my skills is the ability to communicate and have great empathy with the people I meet and help them understand dyslexia.
I'm absolutely delighted I'm dyslexic. I feel very privileged to be dyslexic. I've spoke to many young people over several years because I am an additional inspector with Ofsted. The number of people I come across, young people, who I just know instinctively that they've got these issues. I'm so lucky to be able to say to them, I've got that. And I get quite emotional actually about that because it helps people. I'm sorry, I can't stop a minute.
Right, darling.
I think, as I said, soppy old cow that I am crying, but it does feel good to help people really, and it's not, I'm not being condescending or I'm not trying to be, you know, feeling like I am inglorious, but it's about having the joy to say to somebody, actually, it's not a bad thing to be dyslexic. It's not being about, you know, you can't do something. It's about being different. And I realise now just how creative I can be. I don't have to read a book. I don't need to, you know, look at slide to do a presentation, I can stand up and do that. And I try to impress that on young people. Don't try to conform to what you're being told to do. Find out how you can do it, how you like doing it, and tell other people, this is the way I like to do it. So if we're going to have any change in our young people for the future, we have to be different in our approach to them, how we deal with them in terms of their teaching and their learning, and make it creative and not put them into a stream where it's the norm.
My honest answer, given that I was 11 when I was found out that I was dyslexic, is no. I don't know, I think maybe I just would have plodded on though and just got on with things. I was treated as if I was thick, didn't know any different. Whether I'd be happy or not is a different question. I think I wouldn't be happy to know that, always believe that I'm thick.